As we conducted the internal audit of Kraft Heinz, we took a long time analyzing their value chain. When looking at a value chain, it is first important to distinguish between the primary and support activities of that value chain. Primary activities in the value chain concern the ability of a company to create and deliver products successfully. These activities can be grouped into 5 main segments circled in the slide: inbound logistics, operations, outbound logistics, marketing and sales, and service. In the upcoming slides, I will discuss Kraft Heinz' current performance within primary activities in their value chain. First, I'm going to talk about supply chain management and operations. One of the most important primary value building activities for Kraft Heinz was their ability to transform and manage the supply chain after their merger. 3G Capital took over Kraft in 2015, and changes were immediately made to the supply chain. For example, original facilities such as the Oscar Mayer headquarters in Wisconsin were closed. Cold cut production moved from an old slaughterhouse built in the 1800s to a new $200 million plant. The new plant is capable of making 2.8 million pounds of sliced meat each week, which is 17% more than the old factory. The new factory also needs 500 fewer workers. Kraft Heinz selected nationally ranked Gray Construction to design and build its 382,000 square foot facility on 70 acres in the Eastern Iowa Industrial Center. The new highly automated Davenport plant went from foundation to first production in 14 months and produces millions of pounds of iconic Oscar Mayer deli fresh and lunchable products to satisfy customers across the United States. Every year, Food Engineering awards the most innovative manufacturing plant built in America. All elements of the factory are analyzed, including food safety and the ability to contribute to long-term strategy. The new Kraft Heinz facility was named Food Engineering Magazine's 2018 Plant of the Year. Kraft Heinz also put together product lines logically. For example, product lines from Iowa were shifted to Missouri because of similar ingredients and processing techniques that were used. Computer modeling is used to analyze where ingredients are coming from and where they are being shipped off to. They have created a specific system to recognize where raw materials are coming from compared to final product locations. This system uses artificial intelligence to determine the most efficient way to produce their products. Obviously, Kraft Heinz has many different brands and a wide array of raw materials are used for different products. This system allows Kraft Heinz to manufacture foods with maximized efficiency while minimizing costs. These supply chain techniques alone have allowed for an estimated $1.7 billion in savings in the year 2018. Another area that Kraft Heinz excels in is distribution. Kraft Heinz excels at getting the final product to the consumer in the United States. The majority of Kraft Heinz sales are B2B from the company to retailers. 83 manufacturing facilities around the world, and products are sold in 190 countries with a very strong dealer community. The majority of Kraft Heinz sales are centralized around a few large wholesale clients. The map on the screen displays strictly Walmart locations across the United States. Kraft Heinz products are located at all of these locations, but Walmart is just one of the large clients that Kraft Heinz does business with. Walmart accounted for 21% of the company's sales in 2017. Kraft Heinz' top 5 customers in the U.S. represent 48% of sales, and in Canada, the top 5 buyers drove 72% of revenue last year. Kraft Heinz has maintained a close relationship with these clients in the past because their products have had a fast turnover, which is beneficial for both parties. When looking at primary value chain activities, Kraft Heinz also excels in marketing and sales. When Kraft and Heinz companies were thriving, they were spending a larger percentage on marketing. Kraft Heinz spent 2.4% of sales on worldwide advertising in 2017, a lower percentage than either Heinz or Kraft spent when they were standalone companies. In 2019, Kraft is planning on increasing working media dollars. This means that they're increasing the media that's seen by customers versus more spending on agency or production costs. As I mentioned earlier, Kraft Heinz's largest customer is Walmart. Walmart is currently heavily marketing their curbside pickup introduction. Kraft Heinz can no longer rely on their brand to stand out in stores. In an age where online shopping is increasing and curbside pickup is being recognized, Kraft Heinz brands must be at the top of consumer minds. Warren Buffett even made a comment about that fact. He said that many Kraft Heinz have been advertised for over 100 years. He stated that although tons of advertising has built Kraft Heinz brands into people's heads, Private brands such as Kirkland from Costco come out and they do 50% more sales than Kraft Heinz instantly because of increased marketing expenditures. The company is recognizing this and increasing marketing expenditure towards customers for the new 2019 strategy. When looking at a company's value chain, it is also very important to consider the support activities. Support activities consist of services that assist in effective performance of the primary activities. Support activities are critical because without them, a value chain will never be able to reach peak performance. Kraft Heinz performs exceptionally well in two support activities, including management information systems and technology. Beginning with management information systems, they are critical to supporting the value chain. When data and knowledge can be bundled together in one system, it can help the company to make better decisions going forward. In late 2018, the company opened a new digital hub with Evolve Ventures that will operate with teams in Chicago and San Francisco. In the same year, Kraft Heinz acquired Wellio, a new food AI company. These companies were added to Evolve Ventures Group to analyze Kraft Heinz supply chain, logistics, direct-to-consumer projects, and e-commerce decisions. Staff on each team will consist of software engineers, data scientists, product managers, designers, and members of the e-commerce team. The new system will use AI to make a number of different decisions for Kraft Heinz brands. The artificial intelligence will focus on aspects such as less waste, cost efficiency, scanning of ingredients, and inclusion of less processed food. One other support activity that Kraft Heinz excels in is technology development. Obviously, in the external environment, customers are expecting technological advances, and competitors are working to incorporate them. Tech development is a critical support function for the primary functions within the value chain. Similar to competitors, Kraft Heinz has internally committed to making 100% of packages recyclable or reusable by 2025. Kraft Heinz packages, such as the millions of ketchup packets sold annually, will have to be changed. As of now, many Kraft Heinz products are sold in plastic packages. With environmental sustainability in mind, this will no longer be the case. The problem is that plastic performs better than many green alternatives at the moment. Products have a shorter life when new green packaging methods are used at this point. Kraft Heinz must continue developing technology in order to find the best green packaging food methods possible. They have begun to collaborate with Environmental Packaging International, and in the future, they will use this technology to enhance sustainability within their value chain. After analyzing the value chain, we can identify the Porter generic strategy that Kraft Heinz uses. Kraft Heinz serves as a broad differentiator while also focusing on some cost-cutting tactics. First of all, Kraft Heinz focuses on the broad market because they work with the largest retailers worldwide. Kraft Heinz products are in every single Walmart. At Walmart, Great Value ketchup is much cheaper than Heinz ketchup, but many would argue that Heinz ketchup is much tastier. Kraft Heinz also adds differentiation to their product. For example, their ketchup container is much more friendly than the Great Value container because it prevents messes and allows customers to use every last drop. In addition, Heinz ketchup has differentiated products such as organic and reduced salt ketchups versus other brands that only sell a single line. Mac and cheese can also be used as an example. Great Value mac and cheese comes in one version and is sold at a much cheaper price, but Kraft Heinz has many different options. Kraft Heinz rolls out a variety of different cheese options for the consumer to choose from. This is why Kraft Heinz could be considered a broad differentiator.